FBA fees climbing, I'm losing my grip. Storage costs rising, they'll never let me skip. Refunds I'm eating, returns pile up too. Oh, Amazon, what else will you do? I look at my dashboard, my profits erased. My margins are gone, it's a slap in the face. Prime Day's a promise, but it's such a race. How much will I make if I'm replaced? It's a cruel, cruel number. Fees keep climbing, profits torn asunder. Oh, it's cruel, the sellers wonder how to survive when the margins go under. It's a cruel, cruel number. Every month it's something new to plunder. Oh, it's cruel, it's no wonder we're stuck in this game, the algorithm's thunder.
Yo, Amazon's back, and they got a new scheme. Reimbursement slashed, it's every seller's dream. They're digging deep, taking more from the pot. Let's break it all down, expose what they got. March 25, it's a policy drop. They say manufacturing costs, but we know it's a flop. Give us your cogs, they're demanding the price. But if you don't, they'll estimate nice. Nice for them, not for you. Watch a payout shrink. That comprehensive evil is a corporate wing. Lost in the warehouse, damaged on the floor. Now they pay you pennies, not a cent more. Fees on the rise, profits on the run. They don't lift a finger, but they pocket the fun. We're fair! They shout while they cut our shares. Amazon math, man, it's full of errors. Fees, taking our dough. They're stacking the deck, and it's sellers who owe. Reimbursement? Nah, they're taking us down, but we're still here, we don't mess around. Fees, straight to the top. Amazon's game, it'll never stop. Margins tight, but we keep the grind. Sellers unite, we're one of a kind.
I try to sell my product on Amazon, thought it'd be a breeze. But little did I know I'd be stuck with seller support disease. They never seem to solve my problems, just give me the runaround. I'm tired of waiting on hold. My patience is wearing thin, I'll never be found. Amazon seller support, you suck, you suck, you suck. Can't get no satisfaction. I'm out of luck, out of luck, out of luck. You don't care about my business, just trying to make a buck. Amazon seller support, you suck, you suck, you suck.
This one's for the sellers on the grind, getting left on red, wasting all their time. I hit up support, got an auto reply. Thanks for your patience, man, I wanna cry. Inventory lost, my margins are toast. The reps playing tag like the Casper the Ghost. They pass me around, it's a never-ending game. Nobody takes action, everybody shifts blame. My ASIN's down, I'm out of the race. They say they'll escalate, yo, what a disgrace. Amazon seller support, you're breaking my heart. No answers, no fixes, just tearing me apart. Hours in the queue, stuck in the dark. Amazon seller support, you're missing the mark.
Amazon game plan, that is the key. Seller Central dashboard, that's where I be. Analyze the funnel, see what we lack, then we optimize. Sellers know it's a fact. I get it poppin', you know that it's lit. Climbing the rankings, ain't no room to quit. I check the data, they notice the stats. I keep the method, that's how you adapt. Metrics are showing, you know it's our cap. Amazon sellers, it's time to react. I'm about that action, I do this with passion. I got them like, whoa, what is this? Huh, whoa.
I don't know, dude. I think everybody's just buying stuff based on reviews and badges or whatever. They don't even know who we are. These customers don't even know the name of my brand. But they keep clicking add to cart like it's part of the plan. They see that Amazon badge and think it's all grand. But yo, they don't even know the name of my brand.
Click, scroll, build your store. Amazon's waiting, what you waiting for? Brand it loud, make it shine. Steven's here to drop the rhyme. Blue tiles, banners, plug and play. Your storefront's live for seller day. Now listen up, I'm Steven Pope, Amazon guru, I'll help you cope. Step 1, get that trademark stamped. Without brand registry, your Amazon cramped. Head to Seller Central, log in quick. Manage stores tab, yeah, that's the trick. Upload your logo, flex that style. You're about to make Jeff Bezos smile. Where pick a template, marquee, or grid. Drop your tiles like a branding whiz. Hero image, big and bold. This store's gonna glitter like digital gold. Flex, grow, build your store. Amazon's waiting, what you waiting for? Brand it loud, make it shine. Steven's here to drop the rhyme. Blue tiles, banners, plug and play. Your storefront's live, let's sell today. Yo. In the trenches of the Amazon game, trying to survive while it's driving me insane. Nobody warns you, they just claim it's passive income. Nah, it's pain. I'm sitting at a birthday, laughing, chilling, next to a newbie Amazon seller spilling. She's like, Prime so smooth, it's a killer. Then try to sell, now she's stuck in a thriller. Finding products, yeah, that's the first grind. Scrolling Alibaba, losing my mind. Samples suck, manufacturers decline. I'm like, dang, how's anyone doing this fine? Ship it in, pay for the bubble wrap, but they ship glass bottles in padded crap. Now I got hot sauce leaks, refund stack, customers pissed. Man, I'm under attack. Amazon's a beast, it's a fight, no peace. From SEO to PPC, the hustle don't cease. Think it's passive? Nah, you better increase your tolerance for chaos or face defeat. Trademark wars, brand registries a scam. They banned my brand, now I'm in a jam. Listings yanked, products ranked and tanked. Lost dogs in the catalog, my account shanked. Now let's talk ads, it's a rabbit hole. 1,000 hours deep, man, it's taking my soul. Weekly negations, bulk sheets for control. Excel's my new weapon, but it's taking its toll. SEO's no joke, keywords in the game. All text, A+ content, playing insane. Lifestyle shots, avatars for fame, but the CTR's low. All products look the same. Amazon's a beast, it's a fight, no peace. From SEO to PPC, from SEO to PPC, the hustle don't cease. Think it's passive? Nah, you better increase your tolerance for chaos or face defeat.
Let's go to Max School. To Max School. Class is now in session with Professor Pope. They got the SOP, cause Professor Pope wrote the recipe. Helping Amazon sellers grow sales exponentially. Amazon's a jungle, but we map the strategy. Brand strategist playbook, it's a guide to victory. Troubleshooting catalogs, you know we got the answer key. Boosting all your rankings, turning sales into a legacy. SOB so deep, you think we studied at Max School. Every step we follow leads to growth, yeah, it's a golden loop. Stuck on keywords, we'll find the ones that work the best. Using Helium 10, strike distance keywords pass the test. Incremental indexing ensures the listings set to rise. From the back end to the bullets, optimization hits the skies. Brand store creation, yeah, we make it shine and flow. A+ content design makes conversions overflow. Need your images on point, best practices in the plan. All text and photo rules ensure your visuals command. SEO meets PPC, it's balanced, every step aligned. We'll construct the MKLs that drive rankings over time. Budget caps and bid adjustments, no more wasted spending. Segmentation builds campaigns that sellers can defend. Got a hijacker, no problem, we'll file to take them down. Review requests in action, 5-star ratings come around. Flat file updates, market share reports, it's all in reach. Professor Pope wrote the SOP so sellers learn and teach.
Meanwhile, my Amazon guys on the case, fixing up my problems at lightning pace. Ticket escalations, Mag's the boss. Even Amazon says we'll take the loss. Seller support don't know what's up. Passing the buck when the issue gets tough. They're the official team, but they can't comply. So they say, reach out to my Amazon guy. They're supposed to be the pros, but they can't decode policies and tools from their own damn road. I'm paying fees, yet they bring me stress. But Mag turns my chaos into pure success. Seller support reps, they throwing shade, but then admit, yo, Mag will get you paid. Third-party agency taking the throne while Amazon fumbles in their own damn zone. Seller support don't know what's up. Passing the buck when the issue gets tough. They're the official team, but they can't comply. So they say, reach out to my Amazon guy. So here's the truth, let's keep it real. Mag's the team with the pro-level skill. Amazon sellers, you know the vibe when support says call Mag. They'll give you peace of mind. Amazon seller support, you can suck my image stack. Sucking is all you're good at anyway. Bezos, hit me up if you want to sell seller support. I'm buying. Laser Chase. Peace.
Hello and welcome to the My Amazon Guy Friday live Q&A. My name is Noah Wickham. I'm VP of Sales and Marketing here at My Amazon Guy. I'm here to answer any and all questions you might have. So throw your questions in the chat now and we will get to them. We have questions as early as it looks like 10 o'clock this morning, basically. People come in and leave questions very early so they can watch the rewind of me answering them. So all that being said, we'll be live here for about an hour and a half today. We'll get as many questions in as possible. And yeah, without further ado, let's hop on into it with Escape the Matrix. All right, that's a name. Hi, Noah. Just launched a new product and was selling while the inventory was still in the inbound status. But once the stock arrived and became available, the product stopped selling altogether. Okay, so a couple of things there. One, check to make sure that your product isn't just like FC transferring right now, which would reduce the available stock and put it into reserve, not able to be sold. So it's no longer available. It's in reserve. So check your reserve status there. Secondarily to that as well, just make sure that you don't have any hidden suppressions or anything on your actual product right now. So you can actually just do that by taking your ASIN and throwing that into the Amazon search results. That'll tell you if you have any hidden suppressions. And then finally, do a quick check on your ads. Make sure that your product actually has no suspensions, that your ads have no suspensions, and that's running. But yeah, if you don't have any of your product, if it's an FC transfer after the inbound and it's reserved, you won't have that low prime thing and ability to sell the pre-order. Are you using Data Dive for keyword research for PPC or Helium 10 or brand analytics? Yeah, we use a variety of different stuff. I think Helium 10 is probably the primary one that we use majority of the time. Data Dive as well is, probably the secondary one that we use. So Data Dive we use a lot of times for competitor research. We do all sorts of stuff with it. So yeah, Data Dive is definitely one that we use, but also Helium 10 is probably the primary, at least in my mind. We sometimes use Smart Scout. Just depends. I mean, it's always good to get a couple of different ones within there. So yeah, there we go. So Omar, hello, Noah. I've watched most of your videos on PPC. Well, thanks for being a fan. I still feel that I'm missing something. Would you please make us a video on specifically sponsored products, explaining all tactics? Sure, I can absolutely do that. Let me write that down just so I do not forget, and I will also make sure that Gil reminds me. Video on sponsored products and all tactics. There we go. All right, is in my tasks to get done. You told to never share a direct Amazon product link and instead ask people to search for it manually. Why? Isn't it considered a ranking manipulation violation? How to do it correctly? Yeah, well, one, because you're not allowed to have your friends and family buy your product and then rate it. That's actually against Amazon review. That's Amazon review violation. And so that's the first thing. Secondarily to that, well, I should say the easiest way to tell that is if you're sending out a link directly to people that people then end up clicking on. Now, a couple of ways around this. You could, in theory, do like a brand referral bonus link that has attribution direct to the product. That can help a lot of times. You can also do, like I said, it's just better also from an SEO perspective. So back in the day, there used to be these things called super URLs. A super URL would basically be where someone searches specific keywords and in those, and then they find their product after searching specific keywords, click on it, and then take that URL, send that URL to a bunch of people, have them click on it and buy their product, and it would help their ranking for that keyword. Basically, it's a whole thing you could do through brand referral bonus, and it was a giant way of being able to kind of like gray hat your way into better keyword ranking, because Amazon would keep the keyword ranking from anybody who went direct to that URL. So it was an interesting strategy back in the day. Can't do super URLs anymore. Amazon doesn't count it. So that's where I also say, if you're trying to get reviews from people, regardless, one, take the safe route and make it so you're not sending out a link directly. And then two, Have them search specific keywords because that helps your keyword ranking at the end of the day. I thought sharing a direct link was allowed because it's a standard way buyers arrive from ads, emails, social QR codes. It also doesn't prove you're connected. Does it, or am I getting it wrong? Again, brand referral bonus link. That's what I would probably do. Isn't it suspicious to Amazon if a product has just launched and someone scrolls through several pages just to find and buy it? Wouldn't it actually be safer to use a direct link in that case? No, I think you're kind of a little misguided on this. So if someone's searching a keyword, right, first and foremost, when you just launch a product, your product always is going to be on pages, right? It's going to be pages down a search. People will find it via ads. They will find it organically. People are going to search keywords and find your product. It's going to show up, right? So there's that aspect of things. People are already doing that. So it's not more suspicious in any way, shape, or form. I think the big thing that I more so would just watch for here is just don't send your product out to a bunch of different people who you're asking to then leave 5-star reviews immediately upon launch. Your reviews at the very beginning just don't matter that much, right? They really don't. Until you are hitting somewhere around 100 reviews minimum, your actual review count is really just minuscule as far as how much it helps conversion. People care much more at the end of the day when you're a new product, just about pricing and if the product meets the standards that you're kind of looking for, at least in my opinion. Craig, how's it going, sir? Afternoon, Noah. Ranking for a high value keyword is slowly dropping. Was 2 to 3, now 10 to 13. What are the top 2 to 3 ways to get ranking back up? No changes to content have been made. Yep. So the number one thing that affects ranking at the end of the day, whether it's keyword ranking or whether it is just product category ranking, is sales velocity. You do not get anything out of, anything. I mean, you get some help, I guess, from click-through rate, but the number one thing is just sales, right? So you're dropping ranking on a specific keyword at some point in time, and you need some different ways. Okay, so sales. Number one thing is focus on that. So from an advertised perspective, and actually, I could probably pull up this little handy dandy picture we have. Let's see. This is the 2025. Okay, so we have this handy dandy picture, and I'll share my screen here. We come out with this every single year, Craig, and feel free to ping me, and I will send this over to you. But this is what we consider our SEO factors. We come out with a brand new one every single year. For those that are uninitiated, we have about 400 plus clients right now. Usually stay around that number, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. That being said, we get a lot of data from that. So we can kind of see what affects SEO ranking throughout all of that different data. And so we come up with this every single year as to what actually are the big things that affect and factor into SEO ranking. So this year, we've kind of seen that organic sales, number one thing that's going to affect it. So the biggest thing there, Craig, if you're losing your ranking or your organic sales going down, is your tacos going up a little bit. That could be partially why. Next, click-through rate. Sounds like you haven't made any content changes, but look at the trend data. Look at your click-through rate trend data. Maybe it's time for you to do an A/B test of a new main image, see if you can get a higher click-through rate on your product. Next, conversion rate. So it's great to have a ton of clicks, but if people just immediately fly off at the end of the day, then it doesn't matter with your conversion rate. And then finally, the big one, PPC sales. So again, sales is number one, and number two, technically also number three. Three biggest things involve sales. So when you kind of ask this, how to increase it, the biggest thing is sales. Focus on the easiest area, which is your PPC sales. Now, that's not going to be the area that I would say you're going to get the most value out of, like you would organic or anything. But secondarily, that check your click-through rate, see if it's time to end up doing a new main image, do some A/B testing, see if you can increase that click-through rate. I'd also just say, we're coming off post Prime Day, so there's some aspects there. Can you do something like a brand tailored promotion to kind of entice people to get more organic sales in from specific audience targeting. So you could do an abandoned cart, brand tailored promotion. You could do a risky brand tailored promotion. So any of the risk category ones, those would always be good in this kind of scenario as well, because all of those are going to drive semi-organic traffic and sales to your product. To put simply, I'm launching my product and some friends want to support it by buying. I'm not sure how to share the product with them in a way that won't trigger any flags or violations from Amazon. Yeah, so the thing to consider here, Serge, especially even if you're going down the route of like using a brand referral bonus link, right? The thing and the way Amazon can tell with something like that you are sending it to, friends and family to have them review and buy the products and stuff, is because if you you create a brand referral bonus link and then you send it out to, let's say, 5 friends, so it gets 5 total clicks, and of those 5 clicks, it gets a 100% conversion on those 5 clicks. So all 5 of the clicks ended up buying your product, and then of those 5, you get 100% review, 5-star review rating. That to Amazon will immediately tell Amazon that you are just sending this to people, right? That's why you don't send them links or anything like that, because Amazon has millions upon millions upon millions of data points, and they have averages, right? If you are stepping out of line of what is considered, I guess, the norm at the end of the day, Amazon can tell that very quickly, right? I think a lot of people have this idea. They're like, oh, I'm so afraid if I share this in like a Facebook group or something like that, they're going to know that I'm sharing it with my friends and family. It's like, it's not that Amazon is connecting that X person or Y person. It is that they are connecting that someone clicked your link, or 5 people clicked your link, 5 people purchased, 5 people reviewed, when the average, let's say, review rate is 1 to 3%. When the average conversion rate off of a brand referral bonus link is 15 to 20%, right? Like, these are things that Amazon knows at the end of the day. And so stepping out of line of what is considered the average is going to be extremely, I guess, not risky, but just odd to Amazon. And so it just puts you on the map, I suppose. Oh, okay. Does my Amazon Guide team use scale insight or automation tools? No, we don't believe in doing ad automation. We do everything manual approach. We have advertising specialists who handle all ads. Take that how you will. Some people don't like it. Most of our clients love it. The amount of advertising clients that we have that are here simply because they've tried ad automation and it failed them horribly, but they are very happy with our process, is probably 9/10 of them. So yeah, we don't do any automation or anything. Asif, hi sir, hope you're doing well. I am. Hope you're doing well. Viper, happy Friday. I currently sell home and kitchen. Should I create a separate brand if I want to go into a baby niche or use a different company? Dealer's choice. I was actually talking, I believe, on Wednesday to another person who owns brand. And they are wanting to start selling a product that's very similar to theirs, but for a different subset. So assume that their product is essentially geared towards, in your case, I guess, like, let's say their product is geared towards like adult women. And then they're selling a same variation of their product, but is geared towards specifically like adult men, right? And they don't want the two competing with each other in any capacity. And so what they're doing is they're creating an entirely new brand, but they're also doing this because they want this new brand to be able to work a little bit more efficiently towards their overall goals of wholesale. So it's up in the air. It's really dealer's choice. If you can build the products into your niche, right? So part of the reason they're doing that is because their brand name is very niche towards like the specific product that they have for, the women, let's say. Whereas if you are, I don't know, in in a capacity where your brand name is just super supplies, right? You sell in home and kitchen, you're selling super supplies, and now you're getting into the baby niche. I think that kind of works, right? Like it's not too on the nose of like what your products are. So I think it would still work, at least better than, other ones. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing the SPP playbook. Yeah, no problem. I've received it and really appreciate the effort behind it. I do have a question regarding registration as a service provider. Yeah, hit me. Would you recommend registering on the solution provider portal as an individual first, or is it better to form an LLC or agency and register with a company name right from the start? I would definitely register with the company. It's just going to make your life a lot easier in the long run to register SPP as a company, like right off the bat. Damon, how do you use AI to effectively write good Amazon listings? So I think this is an easy and a hard question to answer. Easy answer is that AI is not great without the knowledge it needs, right? So the first and foremost thing for us, whenever we're doing any type of AI writing, it's all about the prompt, right? So we have a couple of different prompts, a couple of different custom GPTs, and we essentially pull data in from what we consider to be good, right? Here are our statuses. Here's our SOP around this. Give that, feed all of that in, and then tell it what you're wanting, right? What are the primary keywords? So upload all of the primary keywords, upload all of your primary, data points that you want to address within the actual listing. Tell it how you want the style, how you want the cadence of the listing, the title, the bullet points, so on and so forth. Essentially, the thing behind effective writing with any AI tool is really just the prompting, and it's a tool used to save time, but not a tool used to do it all for you. I would say we're still like 60% of the way there. Like it gets you 60% of the way there. It can write it all for you and give you new variations and different variations, but it can only do as much as you give it the knowledge to do, because it's just a language model at the end of the day, right? It doesn't know what the most effective keyword is right off the bat. Can, if you upload keywords to it and you upload competitors to it, and it can research those for you, but those are things you have to train into it. Hey Noah, happy Friday. My product is getting reviews via Vine right now, 7 reviews back at an average of 4.5 stars, 4 5 stars, 1 4 star, 1 3 star. Is this a bad position now during my launch? No, it's not. Again, I'm not a big fan of Vine just because the average reviews for Vine usually come out to about 4.0 to a 4.1, whereas just organic reviews usually come out to a 4.3 to 4.5. So, I'm not the biggest fan of it. But that being said, you're in a good position overall. I wouldn't be too concerned. If you start dropping a little bit more, if you get 1 or 2. If you get like a 1 star or 2 star review, that's going to drop you pretty heavily right now. So that's like the only issue when it comes to Vine. So I would just be on the lookout for that. What's account health insurance program? I think you mean account health assurance. Assurance, not insurance. So account health assurance. I'll actually just log it in here. This might be a rare moment, guys, when I'm actually logged in. All right. So let me share my screen. Account health assurance. So this is account health assurance. It's on your just performance, your account health section. Essentially, the account health assurance team is a different team than seller support. They are people that will proactively try and tell you about problems before just deactivating. For anyone who is a new gen seller on Amazon, back in the day, makes me sound really old right now. But back in the day, Amazon was very much, people talk about Amazon being like a guilty until proven innocent nowadays, which I think is still true. Back in the day, Amazon was the Wild West when it came to account health and deactivations, primarily just from the aspect of they would deactivate you at like a moment's notice you would get no notification. They wouldn't send you a performance notification letting you know that you got deactivated. They would just do it, and you would have the Odin to reach out to them and be like, what gives? It was crazy. Account health insurance stops that. Essentially, you sign up for it. If there's any problem on your account, they send you a notification before they deactivate you. Usually they give you 72 hours to resolve whatever the problem is before they deactivate you. So it's just a layer of extra kind of help at the end of the day. So a lot of that comes from the aspect of, again, Amazon has been in hot water for doing exactly what I said in the past. And so account health insurance, they're like, hey, we're giving you 72 hours to resolve this problem and whatnot, because they got in hot water because, people didn't know the problem existed and Amazon didn't tell them until they deactivated the account. And so that obviously is a problem. And so now they're like, hey, we're telling you 72 hours, which still seems like a very short period of time, but it allows some recourse, I suppose. I already answered this one. We want knowledge. I got the knowledge. Hello, Noah. I hope you are doing well. If I negate the irrelevant search or phrases in a campaign after launching directly so they impact my campaign on the basis of getting traffic, or give time to it, I would give time to it. So the only thing I would, like, you're saying directly after launching, do you already know that these are bad negative terms, right? You already know these irrelevant search or phrases exist? Is it because you're actually pulling from data from your actual ad campaigns, or is it because you're just assuming they're irrelevant? It's one of those things where don't negate a keyword until you know it's bad keyword, but don't be afraid to negate a bad keyword. I have a cramp going on right now. Yeah, so that's the big thing about it. Oh, if you have negative keywords don't work ever from other campaigns, yeah, upload those. Noah, the product was selling organically and we don't run any ads right now. Yeah, so that might be part of your problem. What's your ranking keyword wise? How are you currently selling the product? How are people finding the product? It sounds like potentially someone overtook your ranking. You might be getting ads ran against your product. It might be that your keyword ranking dropped. It might be that your overall product ranking dropped. Could be that your product's in reserve right now and can't be sold. There's a lot of different factors that could come into play here. How many times should give to change the bid? I listen from different couches. I don't know what's going on here. They suggest the 2 or 3 days, but it is more time we can reduce this time. And if I negate irrelevant searches and phrases directly, if I create the campaign so they impact my impression and clicks, give time to get some data. So, goodness, sorry. So, I usually look at bid changes every 48 hours. That's kind of my status quo for bid changing. You get data after 48 hours, maybe 72, if you're not really getting much impressions or you're not getting much clicks. But realistically, once every 48 hours change. If you negate the searches directly in the campaign at the start, I guess if you know that they're actually good negations, as long as you actually have data, but it sounds like you're needing some data. So yeah, get your data first, do negation second. I think he's asking from different coaches. They suggested 2 or 3 days, but it's more time we can reduce this time. No, I have 48 hours, 48, 72 hours. Formulate a skincare product with a Chinese manufacturer. Have sample in hand. Should I get it third-party tested myself to make sure it's legit? How to find testing facilities Amazon accepts certs from. Yeah. So yes, I would. Let me pull this up. Compliance. So I would go to the manager compliance dashboard. Let's pull this up. Manager compliance. All right. So share tab, share in. Where's my screen share? There it is. All right, so this is the manager compliance dashboard. The account I'm on has nothing on it. Go here first and foremost. It literally has this thing here where it says, if you need help getting compliance certifications, testing, audits, use our service provider network. You can click on this. You can say where you're located. So we're located in the US. Where do you want to sell in the US? What service do you need help with? Compliance. Look for one that is based off of specifically the type of testing you need. So certification or testing, we want testing done. So service type, if there's a specific product standard for your product, I would do that. But look for one within here. This is going to be where you should go because they will upload the certification documentation directly to Amazon. And you have to use an Amazon partner at this point in time. Specifically for skincare products, I think, what is it? There's one in particular that I know is fairly good. It's not Eurofins, because I think Eurofins stopped doing skincare, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh, no, they do. So yeah, do Eurofins. That's a super common one. It's a huge, huge, huge one. But yeah. Oh, I already answered this. I hope this question isn't too broad. Okay. What is a good daily total budget for a new product launch? The average cost per click is 90 cents. Daily total? I don't know. I'm not really worried about daily total. I'm more worried about metrics. It's not a broad question, I guess. You know, the cost per click is fine. The average cost per click, 90 cents, cool. I mean, $100 a day, realistically. I usually want people, when they launch, to have between a $2,000 and $4,000 monthly budget. So, you know, $100 a day isn't necessarily bad because you're sitting at about $3K for your monthly budget. How would you get one? How would one get their account ready for wholesale? And should I use a different company for that, separate from my private label? If you're just gonna be like wholesaling products, there's nothing really to get ready, I guess. If you're sending them into FBA, nothing. If you're doing FBM, then you just have to set up shipping templates. If you're going to use a different, I mean, you don't have to use a different company. You can. I mean, I think back when we had the Age of Sage brand before we sold it, I think Steven started doing wholesale on that brand. So, or at least that account, I should say. So it works. After PD, the sales, Prime Day. The sales is down for some days. How to handle it, and is it common? If common, when will it come to the form as before? Yeah. No, stop that. Hold on, because I forgot to clear my status and tell people that I am on the webinar. Pausing, save. There we go. Cool. All right, so Prime Day, yeah, Prime Day is always going to be slow for 2 to 3 weeks before, 2 to 3 weeks after. However, you don't have to just accept that it's going to be slow. We can think of a couple of different things to do, right? We can run some brand tailored promotions, retargeting those. We can go into our ad campaign. We can create a new campaign with retargeting towards specific audience groups. That's one that I've tried recently. Works really, really well to get people who kind of are just in the market right this second to buy. Now, it also depends on your category and your type of product. Are you a commodity, or are you something that people might repurchase again, right? Okay, let's try and do some retargeting campaigns towards our specific, repeat buyers. So these are just some of the strategies in my head, but the reality is, yeah, the things just slow down. Amazon talks about, oh, we made $23 billion in sales, but, you know, if we average it out over the course of whatever it is, a month and a half, it's exactly the same sales as we normally do on average. All right, Javier. I know. When you have variations like different sizes, is it better to nest all of them under same parent or create different parent to get more screen sharing? Thanks. I'm a big parentage guy. Just makes most sense. Easiest way to make sure you can increase your average order value, get some differentiation. You're always going to have one of these sizes that's a hero. So you want to try and get people there from the hero and then move it. Hey. I shipped 10K units to Amazon with normal FNSKU barcodes. Amazon says 109 units had ASIN barcodes. They treat these units as not received and repeatedly refuse to credit me. What to do? Email Jeff. You can ask them to try and relabel. You have to pay them to do that, but you can sometimes get Amazon to do it. Just relabel them. You could get them to send those units back to you if they truly have only the ASIN barcode on it. That's another thing on it. It seems kind of, the thing is, you're talking about 190 units out of 10K, which would make this what? 1.9%, basically 2% refusal rate. That's within like a super standard. So I typically want to see somewhere between a 0.5 and a 2% overall refusal rate on units. So you're always going to have a defect rate, right? From manufacturer of some kind, and usually it's like I said, between 0.5 and 2% of total units manufactured. So, I mean, you're within that. This is kind of part of the realm of doing business. Ask Amazon to send you the product back and get it relabeled, and then send it back in if it really matters that much to you. Awesome, thanks. Okay, will do. Thanks so much. No problem. I don't have my water next to me, so I might get up here in a minute and just go grab that. I'm the brand owner with Trademark and Brand Registry. However, Amazon is not approving my new images, citing contributor rights with another seller. Ooh. Okay, so are you the only person selling on the listing? Oh, they have more information here. Support confirmed those contributors are my own accounts from other marketplaces. I've uploaded the images there too, but they show up inconsistently on the product detail page even after refreshing. Okay, so this is a common issue I see when people set up marketplaces for selling the same product that are not connected. It sounds like you set up specifically on the marketplace. You did not set up through Sell Globally. And when you don't have marketplaces connected through Sell Globally, that turns into a really, really big problem. The reason it turns into a big problem is exactly this. Some marketplaces are going to get more sales than other, and then they're going to turn into primary contribution rights owners. And then you have one marketplace that's overriding another, and then that other marketplace is overriding yours. And it's, even if you have everything all together, basically Amazon, unless you do all of the changes like that somehow at the same time across everything, Amazon's going to keep just going back because of the fact that they have that 24-hour window. You could try and upload a flat file with all of the changes across all of the marketplaces at the exact same time. That would technically work, to be honest. But more often than not, I'm still just going to tell you to get your accounts connected through Sell Globally. No reason not to. Does Mag assess how much an Amazon label can sell for, and can they find buyers? Amazon label. What do you mean? Like an Amazon like brand? Like how much you can sell your brand for? Typically, no. We don't assess that. We have partners for that. So if you are looking at selling your brand or trying to sell your brand, feel free to shoot me an email. I'll get you a direct introduction to our partners who can help you with any type of sale of your brand. Let's see here. We're going to have a couple of questions, chat. I'm going to grab water real fast. I will be right back. And while I'm gone, throw some questions in the chat. I'll be back in 15 seconds. Gil, you can put the screen on or not. I don't think it matters. Either way. All right. We're back. I have a feeling that Gil put up the screen saying we'll be right back all of like 5 seconds before I sat down. I'm just going to take a wild guess at that. Either way, got myself some more. All right, let's get back into it. Sarmella. Hi. Cost of ad increases, then cost of product, no sale, what to do. It is our start in generic products, soon starting own brand, but what to do for now. Generic products are always going to be super costly. You're not going to get much on it. It sounds like you probably need to update your SEO. I would look at also updating your main image to increase your click-through rate for the product for the time being. If it's generic, that's really the primary thing you can do. Focus on your ads, high relevancy keywords. I mean, the branding is going to help you a ton, but if your click-through rate is abysmal because your main image is bad, then it doesn't matter if you're a branded product or not. Amazon doesn't tell people it's a branded product. Well, I guess they do, but they don't tell people it's a generic product until they get to the page. A lot of times people don't care. So you need to increase your click-through rate. So focus on your main image. Hi, Noah. I'm using FNSKU so far. Now my product is at other marketplaces. How can I change the new shipment with UPC barcode? Just add a new variation? Yeah, so you have to, I wouldn't add new variation. You can do this one of two ways. Yes, you could add a new variation, and that's kind of the way, but you can essentially do this where you create the same exact product with a new SKU. You have to have it under the UPC and then have that new SKU be done through manufacturer barcode. So when you create any new SKU, you get that option to choose FNSKU or manufacturer barcode. So you have to create the new SKU under that same product. So it's the same exact ASIN, just different SKU. And then you can ask Amazon also to do a merge and keep it as manufacturer barcode if you want, or just switch over to utilizing that new SKU as your primary one. Viper, Amazon has had my units since June 8th and only located 101 out of 1,000. I'm not sure what I can do to expedite this. I think we talked about this before, Viper. There's not a lot you can. It's one of the sucky parts about Amazon. I would just keep pressuring them via support cases, directly linking that and asking them why it's taking so long. The reality is you're not even 60 days in, so you don't have much recourse because Amazon, you have to wait a certain amount of time before they will allow you to escalate any case around shipments. We are in UAE, so once we start brand, should sell in UAE or US? What you say? Sell in both. Why do you have to limit yourself to just one? How to check the bid of a product at the time of product research? Are you talking about like the ad bid? Probably the easiest way if you're trying. I mean, you're not really bidding a product, right? Whenever you're advertising, you typically are bidding keywords, you're bidding against other ASINs, you're bidding against categories, right? So there's a lot of different ways to do that. If you're trying to check generalities wise, what people are bidding on specific keywords around that product, what I would do is just find a similar competitor product, take that ASIN, put it into Cerebro, and then look at what they have sponsored and look at what the suggested PPC bid is for those sponsored keywords. That's probably your easiest bet here. I think Amazon may have restickered some units. Okay. Good to know. Hi, how do we determine the targeted ACoS? Because our product price is $269.99. At current, our ACoS is 3%. We are not sure if it's normal or not. That's not. 3% ACoS is crazy. Like, that's crazy work that you're at 3% ACoS. Okay, so how do you determine like a target ACoS? Usually people determine that by like trying to figure out what their profit margins are, right? So you have to take your profit margins. You can actually use, Amazon just came out with, and do I have it here? I don't have it up. They just came out with the fee explainer tool, which essentially will show you all fees that are associated with orders that you have on your product. So look at the fee explainer tool to see what your Amazon is charging you from a total fees perspective. Then take your cost of goods, add those together, subtract that from your actual sale price. So now you have a gross profit. Okay, that is essentially the area of how much you have to play with when it comes to your ad spend. Let's say that your gross profit on a $270 item is $50. That means essentially you can spend up to $49.99 and still be making a profit. Technically, nobody wants a 1 cent profit, but you get my point. And so the purpose here is essentially that you get to decide what your target ACoS is. So your target ACoS, if you essentially are having, let's say, a 25% profit margin, net profit margin, or I guess gross profit margin, that means you can spend, let's say, or have a, let's say, 20% ACoS on your overall ad spend and still be making a 5% profit at the end of the day. But 3%, fantastic. Love that. Dumb question. No such thing. Almost no such thing, I should say. Why are sales so inconsistent from 6 sales one day, 10 the other, then 22 another, and so on? Some mainly through primarily organic, other days PPC. What should I do to keep it consistent? There's not a lot you can do there. So one of the things, first and foremost, don't look at different days throughout the month or throughout the week. Look at like a week over week. Are you having consistently 20 sales every Saturday, or are you having 3 sales one Saturday, 50 sales another, and 4 sales another Saturday, right? So like look at the days of the week, because buyers all buy, especially within certain categories, during specific days of the week as well. Think of B2B products, for instance. A lot of B2B office products, you are primarily only going to see sales on Monday and Friday. Anything in between that on weekends, people aren't buying your product. Why? Because you are selling a product that office workers are reordering during Mondays and on Fridays when they are doing their reorders and whatnot. So that's what I would probably start with, is look at the days of the week. But a lot of times it can just it just comes down to, what exactly is you're trying to achieve. Like how are you going to use this data more so? 30 Vine reviews of my product, $20 cost of goods plus Vine fee of $200 will be expensive. So along with 800 pieces of my main product, can I launch a smaller variation with 90 pieces and $3 cost goods primarily for Vine review? Okay, so number one, Vine reviews. Who cares? Who cares? I do not care about Vine reviews in the slightest. I gotta be honest. It's not going to help you nearly as much as I think you think it will. So that's first and foremost. Now, secondarily, can you launch a variation that's smaller or whatever it is and costs less to get those Vine reviews? No, you cannot. Simply because you can't get reviews on multiple different products and merge them anymore. You can technically, if you're only going to get Vine reviews on that one product, and then put that into a parentage. But yeah, you can only have up to 30 Vine reviews on a parentage now, because they changed that. So you could do it, but again, who cares? At the end of the day. I moved from Vendor Central to Seller Central. Amazon shows existing retail A+ content, blocking my update. Will deleting it from Vendor Central allow me to publish new A+ from Seller Central? No. So when you sell on Vendor Central, also known as 1P, Amazon owns primary contribution rights to your product. It is technically a gated product. You can have it on your Seller Central, but that does not mean that you can make changes to it without Amazon's approval. Just deleting it out of Vendor Central does not give you that primary contribution rights and does not ungate it from you being able to then change it on Seller Central side. You need to either, one, talk to your Vendor Central rep. If you don't have one, you need to talk to Vendor Central support. Let them know that you don't want to sell on Vendor Central anymore. Now, that being said, if you do at some point want to still sell on Vendor Central, then just make a change on Vendor Central. But if you're trying to fully move from VC to SC or 1P to 3P, then I would absolutely talk to your vendor rep or your former vendor rep, or talk to vendor support and get your product removed from Vendor Central through them, so that they can do it properly and you can actually make changes to your product. Don't really intend to sell the smaller variation, just use it for reviews. Yeah, I just wouldn't. I don't think it's really worth your time. Do you think doing Amazon wholesale with same underseller seller account, I have branded product, or create another seller account? Just do it and just the same. I mean, it's really up to you. If you're looking at potentially selling like your brand someday, it's a lot easier to sell the whole account than it is to sell just like the brand and do a brand transfer. If you don't really care about that and you're not planning on doing that and whatnot, yeah, just have it under the same account. But that's the only reason I would say to start another account. And that also means you have to start another LLC. You got to start new bank accounts. You got to manage an entire another business. It can help on the profit side, but if you don't really want to get that granular with it, doesn't matter. Any updates on Amazon's crackdown on CTR hacks with the accounts you are managing? Not really. I mean, same kind of info that I kind of released a couple of months ago regarding the aspects of, the simplicity of it. So, Amazon has an AI now that, what is it called? Bulldog or something like that, that now is looking at images. They're not doing it retroactively, but they're also breaking their own main image CTR hack rules all the time. So, is what it is, I suppose. We are running out of questions. You guys got more questions, throw in the chat. We're only going to be here for another, like I said, 10-15. All right. How many days does it take for the goofs to come from the goofs? Goods, I think you mean. The goofs to come from AWD to FBA using manual transfers in Q4? Roughly about the same amount of time it's going to take regardless, right? So Q4, everything slows down. Assume that, in Q4, you're going to have slower everything. I don't know. I can't tell you an exact time frame, 30 days, a week, 2 weeks. It's going to be faster than if you just are sending inventory in just like on its own to FBA. But it's definitely not going to be as fast as it is just like on a normal any given week or anything like that. So that's probably what I would say is just the big thing is AWD is good, but it's just going to still take time. You also won't technically ever run out of stock if you are on AWD, even in Q4, unless you run out of stock in AWD. I'm ranking top 10 in search query in Helium in relevant keywords that have sales but not getting traction in the exact or in the phrase in PPC with bids that are competitive with high impressions. What's best strategy to get sales for these relevant keywords? Okay, so first thing that I would probably look at when you're saying that you're not getting traction in the exact or the phrase with the PPC bids. Look at your search term report first and foremost to understand if you actually are targeting search terms correctly. Make sure you haven't accidentally negated anything that's important. Double check as well what your actual CTR and conversion rate are on the search query performance. Just because it says rank 10 doesn't mean that you're actually doing all that well. And then finally, figure out if you're actually showing up. So what is your placement strategy on your thing? It sounds like you're getting impressions, but could be possible from organic ranking. You're just on, rank 10 organically overall on the actual search function, but then it could be that you're getting a million you're getting a million impressions on your actual keywords on PPC, but it's all coming from like product pages, right? And product page targeting. In that case, you're probably not going to get the same type of results on CTR and conversion that you are on just like this organic search query. Do you have video tutorials on how to set up AWD Shipment? I think we have one or two. If you just go to youtube.com/myamazonguy and then you search in that little My Amazon Guy, just search AWD. I think I've made one or two tutorials, but I can also make a note. Video update on AWD Shipment. There we go. Made myself a little note to do that. Let's see here. Cool. Doesn't matter. Okay. The Vine reviews are brutal. I have no idea how they're getting approved for the program. Yeah. Half of them are AI slop and weird things like comments on the product specs copy pasted. Yeah, Vine reviews are trash. I don't know why people keep asking me about Vine reviews when every single week people come on here and ask, and I'm just same week or different week, same answer. Who cares? All right, Royce. Can I split shipment plan one with AWD and one with regular shipping plan at the same time? Never done AWD. No, AWD is a different shipping entirely. You have to do, I mean, you can do 2 shipments, I guess, but they're not going to the same place, right? So like you have to do 2 different shipments. One shipment has to go through the regular shipping plan, and then one shipment has to go through AWD because they are 2 entirely different things and they are going to different warehouses. If you create a similar of a good selling product, is this asking for a lawsuit? Create a similar design on the package of a good selling product. I assume you're asking, like, if you just copy someone else's packaging, are you going to get sued? Maybe. I mean, it depends on how much you're copying it, right? I can most promise you that, if we look up, let's do this. Let's go to Amazon right now, search this. So I can almost promise you that you're looking and you're like, Golly sells fantastic. They got great products, they got great packaging, all this stuff. It looks great, right? I can almost promise you that if someone comes out, and honestly, Grunz is super close to doing exactly what you're talking about, but if someone comes out and they have a product packaging that looks near identical to this, right, with like the 4 main attributes and then like the name at the top and then this, which don't get me wrong, there are ones that are probably very similar to Golly, right? Like this one is kind of close, but it's not the exact same. Here we go. Here's a great example. Literally just a 1-to-1 copy of Golly, right? This is a new product. I would bet you money that these guys are not going to be, or they're going to be in hot water at some point. Because yes, they are basically just copying, almost 1-to-1 Golly, so to speak. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Also, somebody should tell them that their main image here is broken. This looks bad. Oh, because it's not sold by Golly, but it is somebody who's basically just copying Golly. Yeah, so I mean, here's another example. Somebody has copied them. There's fake selling the product or something. Who knows? But yeah, point being is that would I do it? No. Can you take advice and hints from other people's packaging? Absolutely, but make your own packaging. Like there are things, yes, that convert, and there are best practices. That doesn't mean you have to literally rip 1-to-1 somebody's packaging. In Canada, I don't have the ability to create bundles. Are there any strategies to improve my margins from all the nasty Amazon fees for my $12 product? Actually, yes. So one thing I would look into for your $12 product or around $12 product, which I'm going to assume means you're potentially like $11.50. Look real quick and do a calculation to see if you would be making more or less profit if you start selling your product at $9.99. Sounds crazy, I know. But one of the big things that a lot of people don't think about is the fact that there are low-priced FBA fees for products under $10 and low-priced shipping fees as well. So it's sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it is cheaper overall and makes you more profit from an FBA fees and Amazon fees perspective to sell a product at $9.99 than it does to sell a product at $11.59 or $12. So I would take a look at that. See if that could potentially help you. Damien, how effective is it adding a keyword into your title for keyword ranking? Super effective. That's kind of just keyword ranking in a nutshell. I mean, you have to still have sales volume behind it, right? You can't just, magically get it there. But yeah, I mean, it's super effective. I like it. I do it. That's what you're supposed to do. That's copy optimization right there. Let's see. I set a manual targeting campaign contrary to the previous one, automatic, but I cannot get above 1.90 ACoS. I think you mean ROAS. I believe that our products are higher in price than our competitors. Okay. So I would ask what you're doing from a manual targeting. Are you exact targeting them? Are you broad targeting them, phrase target? Are you doing any type of placement modifier or bid adjustment for top of search, rest of search? Did you look to see what your actual click-through rate was for those keywords? What were the search terms within your auto campaign? What are your search terms in your new manual? A lot of context missing. But I say all those things because those are all the areas you need to check and you need to fix and optimize first and foremost. 84 units out of 100 units of pallet are lost. We used an Amazon partner carrier and still got lost $22,680 USD worth of inventory. Now we have to prove that we own that inventory. Ridiculous. We provided a bill of lading, work order, and proof of delivery, but still they say not enough info. Okay. So first and foremost, you ever sending any amount of inventory this expensive, you should have insurance on it. Your carrier should have insurance on it. Do not skimp on insurance when you are dealing with tens of thousands of dollars. It's like $10 to get insurance on a shipment. Get insurance on your shipments, people. It's crazy that's one of those things that people will spend thousands of dollars shipping product, hundreds of thousands of dollars of product across the country, and they don't think to spend an extra $10 on the insurance that is to insure a shipment. So first and foremost, get the insurance. If you have the insurance in this situation, great time to use it and enact it, because they will go after both the shipping company and Amazon. You just get the money back, right? Now, secondarily to this, if you have the bill of lading, you have the work order, you have proof of delivery. Now, the big thing is that proof of delivery. You need to make sure to get from your actual carrier or your partner carrier that they have handed you a proof of delivery that shows it was signed off with how much it was. The big thing you need to show here is the actual bill of lading as well, which shows the weight and dimensions of what was handed over. Now, the secondary question here that I would ask is, how long has it been? Because again, Amazon can take 60 to 90 days to receive inventory, and they can just say it's not lost, we're not paying you, just because they decide to receive 16 units of your 100 units and then just be like, sorry, we're going to leave this pallet here for the next 8 months, or not 8 months, but we're going to leave it here for the next 2 months. Who was it? It was Royce or someone earlier having that exact issue. Maybe Viper, right? So yeah, I mean, that's the big thing. At the end of the day, what's the time frame? But your two major areas are your proof of delivery and bill of lading, and also just get the insurance on shipments. It's usually very cheap to just insure a shipment, especially with like partnered carriers. They'll go after who they have to go after. Insurance doesn't play around. You don't have the time to deal with things like this. Please share PPC course link. Yeah, you can head over to mag-school.com. And we have all of our courses over there. And we'll throw a little link, like scrolling. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. It's like superpowers. Royce, yes, please, step-by-step tutorial on AWD. Yeah, I'll do that. I will guess a video. Does Amazon Post contribute to product ranking or SEO on Amazon? Well, considering that Amazon got rid of posting, if you're talking about like creating Amazon posts, yeah, they got rid of that last month. That's not a thing anymore. So no. Thanks for your help, Noah. You're the best. No problem. Am I better off doing all shipment to AWD since I'm limited with FBA space? Is it cheaper doing AWD? You can. It's something we've been pushing towards now. Is it cheaper? No, because it's just sitting there technically. I mean, it's cheaper in the sense of like there's a cost to waiting, right? How long it takes for inventory and whatnot. So there is that aspect, but I mean, it's dealer's choice, I think. How can we remove negative reviews on Amazon? What strategies do you use? I recently made a request, but still not yet removed. Well, the question there, John, would come down to, is it a review that you're going to actually be able to get removed? Is it an accurate review? Is it a review of the product? Is it a review that you just don't like and you don't want there? Too bad. Reviews are one of those things that Amazon does not mess around with. It is exceptionally rare to get negative reviews that just, unless they are actively breaking Amazon review term of service, Amazon's not going to remove them. It's really rare that they do. So the reality is you just submit a case. You hope you show where it's breaking it. So did they talk about how the delivery driver looked at them wrong, but the product is fantastic and gave you a 1-star review? They said the product's fantastic. There's not much you can do. You could try and fight the delivery driver thing, but yeah, so it all comes down to if the review is genuine or not. Are you sure lowering the price to $9.99 reduces FBA fees? I thought fees are based on size weight, not price anymore. Technically, yes, you are correct in the sense they are based on size and weight, except for FBA low fees. So FBA low fees. Low price fee. Where is it? Let me just pull this up for you. So here we go. So this is a article I would read when you have a chance. Low price FBA fees. So products priced under $10 will automatically receive low price FBA rates with the same delivery speeds as standard FBA. Low price rates are 77 cents less than standard FBA rates. All low price FBA rates are available for free shipping for Prime customers. So I would read this. Essentially, you get different fulfillment fees. It's only for products under $10. I believe as well, they added a secondary one in January. I can try and find it. That also lowered the referral fees as well for products under $10. So essentially, I think the total, it can be somewhere between like $11.59 and like $12.20. If your product is priced within that realm, if you put it to $9.99, you're likely going to have a higher profit margin. It was an Amazon partner carrier. Yeah, that's passed. It was lost in April almost. Bill of lading has a shipper signature and pickup signature on it. Okay, so first and foremost, lost in April almost. That really depends because April 1st, days away. How about days since? So let's look at this. So it's been 115 days since April 1st, but April 30th has only been 86 days. So you're close. Yeah, that's one thing. Make sure the Amazon actually has the ability for you to appeal it. That's a big thing. If it hasn't been 90 days, you can't officially appeal. Now, secondarily, bill of lading has shipper signature and pickup signature on it. That's perfect. Cool. So again, did you get insurance? I don't mean to laugh about that, but did you get insurance? Because that's a big thing here. And I would bring that up within your support cases of saying and asking Amazon where this inventory is. You have it. Amazon has to do something about it. You need to escalate it. You can do 911 at Amazon.com. You can do Jeff at and Andy at Amazon.com. Both of those may help. You know, if you really want some help on this, you know, you can reach out to our team. We do a lot of these type of cases. We do troubleshooting. We do My Refund Guy. We could probably help you out quite a bit in this scenario. This is one of those where we probably, you know, soft plug, myrefundguy.com. We could probably help you out. I get the keywords from the automatic campaign and bid on the most converting ones. I am doing all three bid, exact broad phrase. I sat the top of search as priority. Okay. That didn't tell me, are you getting impressions? Are you getting clicks at all? Is it just you're not getting clicks? It sounds like you might be getting impressions, but no clicks. These are a couple of things that are going to help kind of deduce what the actual issue is here. Negative reviews that violate Amazon guidelines. Yeah, show exactly where. So submit a case against it then, John, and show exactly where or which one of the guidelines it violates. If it truly violates it, Amazon will get rid of it. Does it take longer to get products sent from AWD to fulfillment centers versus shipping to FBA center and having them shipping to fulfillment centers? No, it's like similar time, right? So the good thing about AWD is that like Amazon will auto replenish your inventory for you. and AWD is technically already an Amazon warehouse. If I lower my price and later see a red cross on the featured offer, does that affect the buy box? Why does it happen? Yeah, so that's called a strike-through price. Essentially, strike-through pricing just means that you have a sale price going on from your actual listing price. Does it affect featured offer? I mean, no, not really. I mean, unless you and multiple people are selling the same product. Does Amazon ever take suggestions from sellers that can improve customer service tremendously? If so, can I do that? Yeah, good job or good try. I would love to see someone try and make seller support better. We have been trying to do that for years. They will never listen. They do not care. Do you have free courses in MAG now? Usually no, but you know what, John, if you, just because you asked, if you send a message over to podcast singular at myamazonguy.com and saying free course, I will get somebody to hook you up with a free course. Sound good? And on that note, I'm going to call it a day. So all that being said, we are My Amazon Guy. Again, my name is Noah Wickham. I am the VP of Sales and Marketing here at My Amazon Guy. You can go to that link down there. We have a bunch of different services. We have information. We have courses, all sorts of stuff. You can check us out. We do free audits for your ASIN all the time. So we have a free audit section. If you go to myamazonguy.com/ASIN, we'll get you a free audit. And then past that, yeah, I'll be back next week as well to answer any and all of your questions. Hope everyone has a great weekend and a great week ahead. See everybody.